Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you all to the Board of Aldermen meeting for Monday, June 1st, 2026. First order of business, as it always is additions, deletions, or other modifications to the agenda. Does anyone have anything they'd like to change on the agenda? I don't have anything tonight. Looks like we're all set, and if we are, we will move along. Next up is approval of the minutes of the previous meeting.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion is to approve our minutes, and it's been seconded. Anyone have any changes for the minutes? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. And next up is the public comment period. So this is an opportunity for people outside the rail who would like to speak on an issue that is not on the agenda. Not on the agenda. And if you'd like to speak, could you just raise your hand and I will call on you.
Are we on the agenda?
You are on the agenda. Yep. And we have a taker. So please, if I could politely ask you to get up to the microphone there. And you are...
Good evening. My name is Mark Stockton. I'm the owner of Stockton Security, LLC.
Welcome.
Rutland. I came because I was asked by the public to get more information out to see if it'd be a concern in regards to the public and the parking at the plaza. For the last 23 years, Stockton Security has been doing security and traffic control in the plaza. In the last 5, Brixmore Property has asked us to enforce the parking for 3-hour minimum for the people who shop in the plaza. After that, what happens is a lot of downtown people who are the merchants or they have shops or stores park there and they get ticketed by our company, which is authorized by Brixmore Property, because it's only for downtown people who shop in the plaza. So if there's any questions that you might have that I can probably answer for you, I'll try to do my best in there. And if I don't know the answer, I'll definitely get a hold of Brixmore, but I think I can answer a lot of them.
Okay. So anyone, members of the board, have any questions for Mark on the issue before us? Parking in the downtown shopping plaza?
So what you have is, so you know, they get ticketed by us. And as of the 15th is officially going to be start booting. And we're trying to get the word out. It's $35 for them to get the boot removed. And it's $150 if they damage the boot by ripping it off. So, but we just wanted to bring it out to the public because I don't know if you are all getting the information. But I talked to the mayor and he knows what's going on and other councilmen that I talked to. But I just wanted to.
So I think we do have a couple questions. Alderman Davis has a question, and I got one too.
Yes.
So, where does the revenue go from your ticketing and your...
The revenue goes to Brixmore Property, not one dime. We don't get a penny from it. All that does, what they had to make an account that does any improvement. Might need new signs or something, but Stockton Security gets 0. We don't get a dime.
So my question, Mark, is the power for the ticketing itself, is that anything that's in conjunction with the city or the PD or?
No, this is civil.
This is
Civil. It's the big difference that these are called civil. You see them in a lot of big cities where it's a civil thing. In other words, it's not recognized in court. If Brixmore says, okay, they don't pay the civil fine for that, 2 things, they'll just keep on going and going, but they have the right, if they choose, to put it in collections. That's the long part. You know what I mean? That's way, way, way down.
Right.
They're not gonna do anything for $25, $30.
Right. So it's Stockton Security, Brixmore, and the people who are parking there. Those are the people that are involved in this.
Yes, that's
No other
authorized.
entity.
We're authorized agents for Brixmore Property Management.
Yeah.
That's there.
Okay, well, that's helpful. Anyone else? I think we're all set.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. And anyone else outside the rail? Okay, please. And I know you have some prepared remarks,
I do.
okay? And if I could just ask you politely to refrain and keep it to 3 minutes, that would be
I already
great.
wrote my speech for you guys. I know the rules. I've been here 3-4 times already. I'm definitely a local. My name is Nicole Conway from Rutland City, Rutland, Vermont. I have a no trespass order about almost 3 years ago. I don't think it's been 2 years, but it's been almost 3 years now. This is my third summer. Not playing in any parks with my dog. It was about a light switch down at the rec department down on Dora Drive. I yelled and screamed at the employee, told her she was like my daughter, and I told her to flip on the switch. And Kim was the director at the time for rec department, so she wouldn't do it. She said between 6 and 8, the people that walked in the basketball court was more that she didn't do it till 8. So that was it. Then she turned it on. The cops came, so I had no trespass order. So there's no art in the park for me. There was no playing with dog, no basketball at Meadow Street for me, no bike path. You guys wrote Wright's Pool. You arrested me for no trespass in front of the kids in a bikini. I was drenched in front of all the kids playing diving with my guitar. You guys arrested me because you guys added one more on the list. So now there's 15 rec departments, including Giorgetti. I just got a mountain bike. I can't go anywhere, so there's 15 places. So it says here, I want to discuss my no trespass order. I want it lifted. I really don't want to do another summer without playing in the park, art in the park, the concerts. I want to play with my dog by his vet by River Street. I live on Park. I live on the Billings farm right now. I really just want the trespass done. It's stupid over a switch. Over a switch. That's all it was, employees. Kim was cool about it. They gave me back my membership money. I was a member. And I gave a membership money to White's Pool. They did give it back to me. Okay? So I just want to make sure to see about a time on this because he was telling me to my officer right here, December. I really would love to have it done now. Maybe one more month or so, I can understand. But I really waited this is my third summer not playing with my dog, hanging out at the parks, basketball, and usually what I do, and running around. And now I got a mountain bike. I want to go to Giorgetti. I can't go to Giorgetti Park either. I can't go art in the park. Up here by Berkshire, that's off limits, or where the veterans or the fire department is. I can't walk on that property either. I can't sit on a bench. I can't hang out with my dog. I can't be in anywhere. There's 15 trespass orders. There's only one place, with the Rotary by Highlander Motel, this Expo. This is the Rotary. I thought it was Thomas Anderson or something, Thomas on there, but that's the only one that's not on my list of trespass. So I want to go to those places this year. I really want to be part of the community. I do a lot of field work for you guys. I have a Facebook page that's open to everybody. Everybody knows me locally. I've done nothing wrong. I've always been a part of the community. So over a switch, over 6 o'clock in the morning, where the rec department should be switching it on for us people in the gym, in the basketball court. That's all it was about. And she didn't do it till 8 o'clock for the people, because the old ladies, their routines, they're going to walking around, the basketball court down here on Dora Drive at Madison Junior College. And I lived across the place, and they did give me my money back, okay, the rec department and White's Pool. So when I was arrested past summer. So I really want to be a part of the community. I want to play my guitar. I want to hang out. I'm here for, at least another year. So that's what I want to say is I really want to be lifted now and not wait till December.
We appreciate you coming in. Thank you very much. Time's up. Appreciate it. Thank you. Okay.
When
Thank
will
you.
you be letting me know? When will I be known with the decision?
Well, that's not anything that the Board of Aldermen can decide on, but
You give me an answer? Okay, we'll go from there. You guys decide. You take your notes. It'll be great. Thanks. My dog Cheech would love it. He's a service dog.
Thank you
He is
very much.
registered to the town.
thank you. You're welcome. Okay, and anyone else outside the rail like to speak on an issue not on the agenda?
Thank you for listening. Have a good day, guys.
It looks like we're all set. Thank you. We will move along. Next up is communications from the mayor. And we have 3 entries here on our agenda from Mayor Donahue, and welcome to the Board of Aldermen meeting.
Thank you very much. Thank
You're
you for
very
having me.
welcome.
Yeah, the first one is the appointment of Susan Starr-Adams for the Rutland City Planning Commission that was tabled at your last meeting. And if you would be kind enough to untable that.
I will move to untable.
Motion's been made and it's been seconded to untable. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passes. And a motion to circulate this.
Delete the ballot box for Second.
Alrighty, motion is to circulate the ballot box, and it's been seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion passes. Okay, so if you could get out your yeas or nays, be great.
Thank you.
And thank you very much. We will have the city attorney tabulate that. And while he's doing that, why don't we go and move ahead on your other things here?
Absolutely. So the next in, I have 2 other appointments to the Rutland City Planning Commission, one of which happens to be with us tonight. So I wanted to mention that Jeff Guevin is here, to my right. And I would ask that you would table Jeff's nomination for the Planning Commission. Jeff is past president of the Rotary and also was roped into being current president of the Rotary.
Glutton for punishment.
And also a board member for Habitat for Humanity at Rutland County, as well as a member of the Vermont Planners Association. The chair of was formerly the chair of the Brandon Planning Commission, and town agent and grand juror once upon a time for the town of Brandon, and as a member of the Chamber and Economic Development of the Rutland region. So very happy to have Jeff.
So it's 9 yes and 0 no.
Level of expertise, I would call it, I guess, to
I'll move
serve
to
on the
table
planning.
the nomination.
Okay, very good. Motion's been made to table the nomination. It's been seconded. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion passes. Jeff, you want to say anything? You're more than welcome to.
He's an attorney, he can speak.
I can't really speak unprompted that well, but thank you for the tabling of my nomination. As Mr. Allaire said, I'm a glutton for punishment, I guess, but I do really, planning's near and dear to my heart. I've got a degree in it. I really enjoy it, and I think it's an important thing for the city, and I just want to serve the city I live in, so thank you.
Great, good, welcome, thank you. That's terrific. Okay, and why don't you give us the last one here, Mayor?
So that is to a familiar name to some of us. Roy Thomas has also been willing to make a return to the City Planning Commission, if so approved by you. And he's the Rutland area supervisor for McDonald's, working for Coughlin Inc., Charlie Coughlin, at 60 Center Street. I should also mention Jeff Guevin is at 110 Merchants Row, so we're getting some downtowners here that are willing to step up. But also Roy, as you know, was the Rutland City Alderman, served on the Rutland City Planning Commission. Roy and his wife Michelle are the founders of Justin Thomas Memorial Park, and he's also a member of the Chamber and Economic Development of the Rutland region. So very excited to have Roy under consideration.
Alderman Talbot?
Did we vote on the motion to table? I believe it was.
Yeah.
We did?
Yeah.
Well, motion to table this nomination as well.
All right, motion is to table a nomination. It's been seconded. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. While we got a break here, I will announce the results of your vote on Susan Starr-Adams. 9 yes, 0 no, and she is appointed
Excellent. Thank you very much. So that'll be through 2029.
through 2029. Terrific.
One last thing, if you'll indulge me, I wanted to mention a city employee because Mark Bresnick, who is the laboratory director of the wastewater treatment plant, was recently recognized, but in a significant way. They presented what was called the Andrew Fish Laboratory Excellence Award. This is a pretty big deal in Vermont. They had a Green Mountain Water Environmental Association meeting in Killington just last week, and it was, and that person is sort of singled out. They don't give a whole bunch of awards, it's this award. And our guy, Mark Bresnick, actually was awarded, and that was bestowed on Mark. Mark has been with the city of Rutland for 17 years and in the wastewater field for 34. He's known, according to Bob, Bob Protovansky, our Commissioner of Public Works, mentions that he's all of dedicated, hardworking, and incredibly knowledgeable. And there's a lot of institutional knowledge there that goes with operating that plant. But he also mentions, this is Bob again, that he's very humble. So Mark Bresnick is very humble about his duties without any expectations to be acknowledged for his great work. So he doesn't know that I'm up here. But having said that, I want to mention that, when we talk about the operation of that plant, we're talking about the largest wastewater treatment facility in the state of Vermont. We're talking about the 10 pump stations. The River Street Pump Station is also the largest of its kind in the state of Vermont. We receive wastewater from Rutland City, Rutland Town, Killington, Mendon, and the Airport Industrial Park in Clarendon. And that our regional sludge processing facility receives sludge from 16 towns and septic waste from most of the southern end of the state. And last but not least, I always think about these things. They are staffed 24/7. They have 12 employees down there total, and are staffed 24/7, 365. That's an operation that never closes, never stops. So a great honor, and certainly worth the recognition for Mark having achieved that as a representative of the city.
Well deserved.
Very much so.
Can you join me in a little round of applause for Mark Bresnick?
Absolutely. Well, he'll appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, moving along. Under consideration of special event permits, we have nothing. So we'll get right into reports and letters from department heads and officials. First up is Superintendent Cioffi with a request regarding the Giorgetti Trust Fund. You'll find information on page 7 of your packet tonight. And April, welcome.
Hi, folks. So the request is to cover the Phase 1 archaeological survey that needed to be done as part of the pre-work for the accessible trail that we are planning to put in on Lower Giorgetti. The reason that we're putting the request in for the Giorgetti Trust Fund to cover this piece, because with the pending grant that we are working on, this is not included. It was above and beyond the expense that we were looking at for the archaeological surveys that needed to be done. But the state and our group that's working here have been in contact, and this was a required pre-grant, pre-project piece of it. So I'm just making the request.
Okay, Alderwoman Taddeo.
Motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
Alrighty, motion has been made to suspend the rules and take the issue up tonight. It's been seconded. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passes. Go ahead.
And motion to authorize the use of $7,410 out of the Giorgetti Trust Fund to cover expenses for the archaeological Phase 1 survey work required in Pine Hill Trails within Giorgetti Park.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. Debate. I have one question, and I'm not sure you're going to be able to answer this.
Okay.
But $7,410 out of the Giorgetti Trust Fund, do we know what the balance is of the Giorgetti Trust Fund?
Oh, that would be one of Mary's reports, but I'm
More or less?
1.2.
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh, yeah.
I knew there was,
A lot of money.
I knew there was quite a bit, but I didn't know how much.
Yep.
Well, I think that's good public knowledge,
Yeah,
actually.
absolutely.
So, all righty. Any further debate? Seeing none. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. And those opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you. All right, and Commissioner Protovansky. Going to have a little update on our water service line inventory from MSK. So, welcome, folks.
Hello. So like any other city and town in the United States, we're charged with identifying all the pipe material of our water lines throughout the city and then reporting to the EPA with that information. So MSK is working on that project for us. Pat is going to give an update on the project and also how the public can help us.
Thank you, Bob. Hi, my name is Pat Smart. I'm with MSK Engineers. We're working with the city, as Bob said, to identify all of the unknown service line pipe materials that are present. There are about 3,000 service lines citywide where the materials are unknown for at least a segment of them. We started working in January on a project to use water quality sampling to identify these unknown pipe materials. This is a sampling technique that we've developed in Bennington and used in communities across Vermont. It's been accepted by DEC. And the biggest thing for it is it relies on collecting water samples out of a kitchen or bathroom faucet. And we can only do that if residents and water system customers are willing to participate in the project. If they don't engage or let us in or aren't willing to take the samples, then it doesn't work. To date, we've sent out about 900 mailings, initial letters to customers asking for customer participation. We've also done door-to-door canvassing and given customers the ability to schedule appointments with us. This has resulted in about 450 sample kits being collected and lab reports being received. So about a 50% participation rate. This is similar to what we saw during the inventory project that we did a few years ago. So it's tracking consistently, but this is one of the most cost-effective approaches to identifying service lines, and it's accurate. And anything we could do or you could think that might help to boost customer participation would be most appreciated. And anything to raise awareness and encourage people to let us in. It takes about 20 minutes during an appointment or door-to-door event to observe your pipes and size up a sample kit, leave it with you, with the customer. Once the kit's been filled, we'll swing back by and pick it up and take it to the lab. So trying to streamline it and make it as painless as possible. The lab results we're getting back, 94% of the time, the data is conclusively showing that the service lines aren't lead. So we haven't found any lead service lines in Rutland to date. We're finding all of the data is starting to paint a picture that the service lines are mostly non-lead pipes, which is good news for the city. But I'd be happy to answer any questions. I appreciate the time.
Well, I can certainly open it up to any questions. I'll just throw my 2 cents in. My wife has participated in the program. It was rather painless. We got through the whole thing. Really didn't take up a whole lot of time. The person that came in was very gracious and helpful, and so I would recommend anybody that's listening tonight to go ahead and participate in the program. So hopefully that's helpful. Maybe not.
If I may.
Yes, Alderman
So
Davis.
if folks, do you have a certain percent that we have to reach? And the second question would be, is there going to be a cost to the city then passed on to the ratepayers if people don't participate and get us to that percent?
Right, those are good questions. I would say the regulatory mandate in front of the city is to identify all of the unknown pipe materials by 2034. And we are implementing a stepwise approach to identify those unknown pipe materials. This sampling is the first step because it's the lowest cost identification method and also highly accurate. The next option after sampling, if people won't engage or that won't work, is to consider doing test digs or potholing out at the curb stop, where we'd excavate down at the curb stop and look at both sides of the service line to determine the pipe materials. There's going to be some amount of potholing or test digs that we need to do no matter what, based on EPA's requirements, but we'd really like to minimize the number of test digs we have to do.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions for our guest? I think we're all set.
Thank you.
Very
Appreciate
helpful.
it.
Thank you very much. Ready. Okay, moving along. We have a couple of entries here for Planning Director Bove. And I will go in the order that I have on my agenda here. First one is the City of Rutland Tier 1A resolution, which you will find on pages 8 and 9 of your packet tonight. And Mr. Bove, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me. This is the resolution, which you have in your packet, that will allow us to apply for our Tier 1A designation that we are hoping to do hopefully by the end of July, if not by August. It all depends on when the RRPC regional plan is approved by the Land Use Review Board. So they're also the ones that would review this resolution.
Sounds simple enough. Alderman Talbot?
Make a motion to suspend the rules and take the matter up tonight.
Second.
All right, motion's been made and seconded to suspend the rules. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion passes. Alderman Talbot?
And I'll make a motion to adopt the Act 250 Tier 1A application resolution and authorize the board president to sign.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. Any questions, any comments on that? Looks like we're moving ahead. That's it's good news.
This is good news. This is really
It's
exciting.
very good
for
news.
Rutland.
Yeah.
I think we're still tracking to be the first ones in with Tier 1A, so that would be great for the city. And again, anything within this boundary, which is almost, well, they'll determine it later, but it's going to be most of the city, would be exempt from all Act 250 permitting.
Right. And that's huge. So, any further debate? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion passes. Okay, very good. And now, moving on to city-owned properties.
Okay, so we have 3 city-owned properties that the committee met to discuss and pass along recommendations to the Board of Aldermen. We have 36 Pine Street, 56 Cleveland Avenue, and 296 West Street. The memo in your packet shows the bids that are being recommended for each one. For 36 Pine Street, the recommendation was to Anthony D'Amato for $26,500. 56 Cleveland, it was to Michael Heatley for $45,000, and 296 West Street was Cal DeRoja for $53,000.
Okay.
I think there's some people talk about 56 Cleveland, so maybe 36 and 296, we could do those first and then get into the other one. Up to you, President.
That would be acceptable to me, if that's acceptable to the board. Alderman Talbot?
Suspend the rules.
Motion to suspend the rules has been seconded. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passes.
And I'll move to approve the bid on 36 Pine Streets to Anthony D'Amato.
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 We'll do that one first. Okay, is there a second?
Second.
All right, this is 36 Pine, Anthony D'Amato, $26,500. Any debate? Seeing none. Oh, yeah, Alderman Cooperly?
Has he bid on any other properties?
Not in my time, and I don't recall seeing his name on properties before me, but I can check on that.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? Seeing none. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And those opposed? Motion passes.
And I'll move for the approval of the sale of 296 West Street to Cal DeRoja for $53,000.
And there's a second. Okay. Again, there's a motion and
Same
second.
question.
Yeah, he received 301 West Street last round.
Has there been any renovation, or
Nothing significant yet.
is there a time period for that to happen?
There is not, as long as they get their permits, they go. I think his applications, he didn't set a start date for the 301 West Street. I can double check this application for the time period on that one too, but I don't think he started yet.
Thanks, Ed.
Okay. Again, the motion is to approve Cal DeRoja's bid, $53,000 for 296 West. Any further debate? Seeing none. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And those opposed? Motion passes. Okay, and finally, we have 56 Cleveland Avenue.
I'll put a motion on the floor to approve 56 Cleveland to Michael Heatley for $45,000.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. Debate. Inside the rail. Okay. Is there somebody outside the rail who would like to speak on this issue? Please, please do. Please do. And if I could politely ask for your name and address for the record, then floor will be yours.
Frank Urso, my law office is at 18 South Main Street.
Very good. Thank you, Frank. Appreciate it. Floor is yours.
Okay, well, tonight I represent Diane Bigelow. Diane got actively involved in the potential sale of city-owned property, this one at 56 Cleveland Avenue. She dutifully filled out an application, submitted it to the committee. The application procedure calls for a public auction, and we all know public auctions are won by the highest bidder. She, with her application, offered to buy 56 Cleveland Avenue for $60,000. 56 Cleveland Avenue is assessed by the city at $51,000. And it's been my experience that although state law requires assessments to be at fair market value, they rarely are. So the city assessment is at 51, but when people pony up, the real fair market value of your property is $60,000. My client has already received pre-approval from MTA Bank. In her application, she has significant cash via inheritance to spend what she estimates to be another $40,000 in property improvements, which are sorely needed. You certainly don't want this kind of property coming back on your delinquency rolls time and time again, and she's willing to spend the money to see that doesn't happen. At the end of the meeting on May 15th, before this select committee, she was told she was the highest bidder. Somehow, and I haven't had the chance to review all the files, on May 22nd, this special committee entertained another offer made by the tenants of the building, and they offered to pay $45,000, $6,000 less than it's assessed for. Again, I haven't seen the application, so I don't know if financing has been pre-approved. I haven't seen the application, so I don't know if they have the fiscal wherewithal to improve the property, so it's not a perennially delinquent problem for you. Throughout this process, including an open house prior to the bidding, she was told by city representatives that because it was an auction, it would go to the highest bidder. And somehow, this committee voted to sell the property for $45,000 when she's ready, willing, and able to pay $60,000 and another $40,000 to improve the property. I've done some legal research on tax sales. I haven't found a single case where the purchase of a property did not go to the highest bidder, and yet here we are. It makes immense fiscal sense for the city to sell this property for $60,000 rather than $45,000, and it's also the law that the sale go to the highest bidder. Procedure-wise, Dave, I've copied a statute here that deals with that issue, I'd like to pass it around. I don't know the proper way to do it.
Yeah, you can just,
Yeah.
okay, so, anyone have any questions
Well, I'm
for,
not done.
you're not done yet?
No, shortly.
Well, I'll see if there's any questions, and then I'll let you go again.
Oh, okay.
Anyone up to this point have any questions for Mr. Urso? Yes?
It's not a question for Mr. Urso, I just, in general, why did we not take the highest bid? Why is Mr. Heatley here and not the 60,000, I guess? I'm not up to speed, I guess I need to be.
Okay. So,
Who did he ask?
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
he asked why was the reason that the highest bid wasn't taken?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Ed. He's on the committee. I understand they were very sympathetic to the plights of the tenants, which is certainly understandable. And my client, Mrs. Bigelow, is going to make a few short comments to show that perhaps she was entitled to the same sympathies. But I don't know why. I've just surmised that the committee was very sympathetic to these ladies.
Okay.
Ed?
So, well, just a minute. Did you have some other comments you wanted to make, or? Well, why don't you go ahead and do
Okay,
that while you're up there?
Okay, so I said it makes fiscal sense to sell city property for 60,000 rather than 45,000. It speaks for itself. But it's also a legal requirement that the property be sold to the highest bidder, primarily to protect the taxpayers. So what I have passed out is a statute, 32 VSA 5255. It has verbatim the report of sale form that the tax collector has to fill out after a sale. And you'll see in page 2, if you turn to page 2, that the statutorily mandated form requires that the property be sold to the highest bidder. And 60 tops 45 by a lot. Again, I understand the committee was very sympathetic to these ladies, and I think they should also be sympathetic to Diane, who would like to make a few comments of her own, if that's okay at this time.
Yeah, it is, certainly. Do you have a question, Alderman Talbot?
I just have a comment. Looking at the statute, it says that in a tax sale, it's required to go to the highest bidder. These are not a tax sale. These were put up for tax sale in the past, and then they went through the city-owned property process, and the city is not required to sell them to the highest bidder. And I've been on the city-owned properties committee, and we've sold many properties to folks that were not the highest bidder because they put forth a plan that the committee agreed with.
Well, thank you. And anyone else
I would just
inside?
excuse me, go right ahead.
Yeah, why don't we go ahead? Yes, if you'd like to make a couple of comments, well, this would probably be a good time.
So, probably, well, my parents passed away in October of last year, 5 days apart from each other. And my brother has autism, and they had been taking care of him his whole life. He's 73 years old, and I have relocated him here. I am now his legal guardian, along with my other brother who lives in St. Johnsbury. I've spent a lot of time trying to find housing for him. He's on the waiting list at the Housing Authority. Homeless Prevention has been helping us. When this house came up, we were so excited that we would be able to have something like this for us to live together, which is our goal. I what I did was I did everything I was supposed to do. I was extremely nervous about the whole situation. I've never done it before. I came every day that week before the bid had to go in and spoke to people here, and, everyone was very helpful. And they did tell me the highest bidder gets the property. I'm sorry, but they did say that. So that was what was in my mind, And the application states that take your time and really think about what you're going to write on your brochure, the pamphlet. And I did. I took my time. I looked at how much it costs to have the house painted, which it needs. What it needs for the lawn. It also needs a whole new lawn, and I looked into the price of that, and I really took my time to fill out the application and do it correctly. By myself, by the way, So it's hard to do that. And especially trying to talk to my brother about everything, and he's very excited about it, that we would be living together. He's a veteran. Let's see, what do I have here? Having him live with me, when I first became his guardian, I called the state to try to figure out what I needed to do for him. And they said that really, ideally, having him live with you would save the state of Vermont thousands of dollars. It costs a lot to house someone like him, and that was on my mind as well, to try to do something like that for him, so that he's not in a facility, that he's with me and family. I think I've covered everything. Okay. I don't know. Oh, I did want to say that when I was pregnant with my daughter many years ago, we were living in Proctor. We first moved to the area, and we were renting a house behind T&T Tractor. And I think it's Taranovich. After we'd been there quite a while, the day before I went into labor with my daughter, he called my husband and said, "I'm so sorry, but my son wants to build a house on that spot, and you will have to leave." And that's what I had to look forward to when my daughter was 1 day old, that we were pretty much homeless trying to find a place to live. But we did, it was very hard, but we did, and I'm sorry that this is happening to them because they love that house, but I know that I was just renting where I was, it's just tough. The whole situation is,
Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
This is my brother. I wanted to show a picture of him.
All right. Thank you, Diane. Thank you. Okay, so I think there might be somebody else who wants to speak on this. You folks want to speak too? We're going to give them an opportunity.
So we're from 56 Cleveland Avenue. We've lived there about 8 years. We've done all the work to the building ourselves. I have 2 minor children who absolutely love their home, love their yard, it's close to their schools. She would love the house, but we have somebody who put in a bid who's willing to keep us in our home and to fix up the outside of the house and everything else that it needs. I'm June Martindale. I am a tenant at 56 Cleveland. Like Jen said, she's my daughter. Her 2 children live there as well. We have dealt with a landlord that never paid his bills there, and now he's put us in jeopardy. He's going to put us out on the street. And in Rutland City, like I've told the committee before, there is really no place, a home, a house to rent with family, a big family like us that need to stay together. So if you guys, take the house away from us and not let somebody that's willing to keep us there to protect us and let us live there another 8 years, we're gonna be out on the street with 2 small children, which is rough. And I respect the city having to get their money back, but honestly, I'm getting really sick to my stomach at this point. It's a lot for us to take in, and we appreciate what the city's done. We've been tenants of the city for months, since last December. We paid our rent on time. We are really good tenants there. And the gentleman that we would like to take the house is willing to keep us there. He lives 2 houses down from us, owns property there, wants to take this property over to keep us in the home and fix it the way it should be. This woman here has an apartment. She could find another home of her own. But I respect your guys' decision.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Okay. So, we've heard from all the parties. There is a motion on the floor to... you certainly may.
I'm not on the City-Owned Properties Committee making the recommendation either way, and I'm not a member of this board, obviously, so your decision will stand. But I did want to just clarify one point, because I think it's important for the board to know and for the taxpayers to know that the amount that the house is sold for, no matter what it is, we can recoup our costs. But if our costs are, say, $45,000 and we get $45,000, we get to reimburse ourselves that $45,000. If it's sold for $60,000, we don't actually get to keep the other $15,000. That money goes back to the person who the property was assumed from originally. So I just want to make sure that that's clear to the board. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Can I just say something about the apartment comment that she...
If you could make it real quick, because we're going to bring it in and take it to a vote. Certainly,
I
Diane.
apologize, but my apartment is on State Street, and it's about the size of a shoebox. And my brother does not live with me. He lives in an extremely expensive apartment on Woodstock Avenue. You know, he's paying almost $2,000 a month for that apartment, and his inheritance is just going down the drain. So, yes, I do have an apartment, but I can't have my brother there, you know, and it's a terrible location, and I've been there for 13 years. And I told myself I was gonna leave, and I haven't left yet. So I just wanted to say that.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Very good. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to bring it back inside the rail here. We have a motion on the floor, and it's been seconded to approve the sale of 56 Cleveland Avenue to Michael Heatley for $45,000. Any further debate? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And those opposed? Motion passes. Okay. And that's it for you, Mr. Bove, I believe. Thank you. Looking down the rest of the agenda, there's really nothing. Understanding, select any representatives for reports. There's no miscellaneous letters, control commissioners, cannabis. Is there any unfinished business? Alderman Clifford.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just to say that I'm going to try to schedule a intermunicipal committee meeting for next week, but I'll ask around because of other people besides the members of the committee that need to be notified, so I'll get back to you.
Okay, all right, very good, thank you. Anybody else unfinished? And miscellaneous motions, resolutions, new business. I think you have a couple for us there.
So, these are requests from the city treasurer to refer to the finance committee. Discussion of short-term borrowing, including grant application note to cover cash needs for the 7.4 million CSO project, and I so move.
Second.
Okay, the referral is to finance. It's been seconded. Any debate? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passes.
Next is proposed transfer of funds from fund number 200, the local option tax, to fund number 300, capital reserve fund, and I so move.
Second.
All right, motion's been made and seconded to refer the aforementioned issue. Any debate? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passes.
And lastly, review of general fund restricted balances and proposed use of available funds formerly known as ARPA, and I so move.
Second.
All righty, motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passes. Okay, unfinished or
New
wherever?
business. I just wanted to
Miscellaneous.
mention something under new business. Had somebody ask me to mention that for multiple years, Rutland has proudly hosted the largest Relay for Life event in Vermont. and within the top 5 in New England. The Neshobe School and Friends team were named as the 2025 top nationwide team by the American Cancer Society. There's an event, Cancer's Farewell Tour, overnight this Saturday into Sunday at the Vermont State Fairgrounds.
Very good. Thank you very much. Anyone else with anything?
Motion to adjourn?
Motion is to adjourn. It's been seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed.